Sanibonani, molweni, bhotani, dumelang, thobela, absheng, ninjani izidwesha nezidweshekazi, my friends, my family, yeah, your mama Nonkonkwezi is back yet again, after a few days of absence. Thank you very much for tuning in, and thank you for keeping tabs on the channel. I see your comments and I've been responding, even though I've been busy behind the scenes. Yeah, without wasting any further time, what is the topic for today? The topic for today, I think, is a little different from what we're used to. I don't want to call it a pep talk, but yeah, possibly a pep talk. I want us to talk about how sometimes we run away from our own issues, how sometimes we refuse to deal with, to confront issues head on and rather look for quick solutions. And I'm bringing this topic to you because I find that some of you that end up consulting with us, traditional healers, you are consulting on issues that sometimes do not really need, the involvement of a traditional healer. Sometimes it is issues you'd find it's something that you yourself, if you gave yourself enough time, you would be able to deal with the issues. Sometimes you need to look into your inner self. Sometimes the healing is not, is not, it has, it has to be inner healing, basically. And yeah, I find that most recently, I don't know if it's, the full moon or whatever, and the full moon and the eclipse, whatever it is, I don't know, that people are being so emotional these days and wanting to take drastic actions about, matters that they find themselves involved in. So what I'm trying to say to you is sometimes we have issues that we don't deal with, either growing up or even as, we proceed with life. We come across issues that once in a while we have to deal with head on, you understand, such that if you deal with them head on, you never have to go through such again, you understand. But if we don't, you'll end up pointing fingers, you understand, at other people. You'll end up, looking for other people to blame but you understand. I find that there are people that struggle with looking into themselves. I know it can be scary, and I'm saying this from a point of view of experience. I myself have been in a situation where it was too painful, you understand, to admit that I'm actually the problem or I'm part of the problem. Sometimes there can be 2, 3, 4, or 5 of us, you understand, in a problem, maybe a family situation, for example, where you find as siblings, there's antagonism between, all of you. But where now yourself, you want to remove yourself as being the, the most correct one, removing yourself and saying, it's them, you understand, they have a problem with me. I don't know why everyone has a problem with me. Yeah, and basically the fingers will be pointing at them and not you. But if you were to look deep, you'd find that you yourself have a part. You've played a part in whatever problem your family is facing. So this is what I want us to talk about, to discuss today. Saying, I'm bringing this to you, you understand, because I want to save you from the heartache of being taken advantage of by bogus healers, by fake Sangomas. Because, once you arrive in Dumbeni, very few Sangomas will tell you, no, what you've come for does not need me. Rather go for counseling, go seek professional help, psychological help or psychiatric help, whatever the case may be. Once you're inside, a Sangoma will find a reason for you to pay. You're already here. You understand? And especially if you insist, because sometimes you will be advised that, don't you think that you could look at this in a different way? And if you keep insisting that, no, I know what the problem is, then you know, we'll find ourselves wanting to give you what you want, umuti, and only to find your problem does not need muti. Your problem needs you to look into you. Ne? Maybe I must make an example. Do I want to make an example? Do I want to be your example? Let's see. Actually, I've talked about this before. I think I've told you how in the not so distant past, I was very miserable, almost depressed. Well, I was never professionally diagnosed as depressed, but I could, being an educated woman, I could see the signs of depression. And it was a very dark period in my life. Yeah, I was very sad. I was very sad. And at that time, I couldn't see a way out. I was so convinced it was the end of me. Trust me. I was so convinced it was the end of me. And like most other people, I went for consultations, looking for help here and there. But I realized at some point that no, man, I'm not getting the help I need, because the problem is not on the outer. You understand? When they say we need, at some point in your life, you need to look for holistic healing, that mind, body, and soul kind of healing. Most of the times, the kind of healing we go out for is your body healing. You understand? Where sizokunika thina umuthi wokufutha. You understand? Geza and palaza. You understand? No one says to you, you know what? This is something that has to do with your soul. It's like your inner self that you have to deal with. Ne? Not so long ago, I'm telling you, as early as 2017, if I may be honest with you, I was dealing with such. And I was fortunate to have a friend, I've said this before, a friend called Winnie, who offered me hypnotherapy, a hypnotherapy session, not just one, a few sessions of hypnotherapy. And I found that those exercises forced me to look into myself, forced me to realize that there are past hurts that if I don't forgive myself, you understand, no one will do that for me. There are past hurts that if I don't forgive the people that actually hurt me, you understand, then you understand, it's almost as if I'm disowning my family. If I can't forgive my mother, if I can't forgive my sister, you understand, we need to move on from issues. Sometimes there's no better healing than just moving on and deciding to move on. We understand, because sometimes the people you are having a problem with are not ready to move on. We understand, and now do you want to be stuck with them? We understand, in the rut. The best thing at times is for you to make a decision that is best for you. And that decision could be you moving on. And if you do move on, you might find that they might just follow you and also decide to move on. This is what happened to me. We moved on. You understand? Some of the problems we never even sat down to discuss, to say, yeah, you were wrong. I was angry at you. I was not talking to you because you did A, B, C, D to me. Some of the issues we never even discussed. But because I decided I was moving on, everyone saw that I had moved on, you understand? And they decided to follow. And there is peace now. There's been peace for, since then. So what I'm trying to say is, I could have decided to stay there, but imagine what kind of a person would I be? You understand? I would not even have this channel had I stayed there. Nongwangwa's my YouTube channel would be non-existent. A lot of things would be non-existent. A lot of things that have helped me use my creativity, you understand, to bring income for that matter, you understand, to make a difference in other people's lives for that matter. We would not know any of that had I decided to stay right in there. And I find that some of us as traditional healers take advantage of people that walk into our ndumbas, and we drive them further into, how do I put it, into that situation of looking for people to blame. You understand? Imagine if you are going to sit with someone and tell them that, you know what, your father is having a problem with you, you understand, because maybe you don't know this about your father, but your father is gay. And, because the person is so vulnerable and at that time, it's so easy. When you're depressed, when you're going through anxiety, when you're suffering from anxiety and depression, it's so easy to believe anything. You are so gullible. And now you look at life, looking at your father like a person that is, you understand, not who they say they are. But why would it be so easy to believe someone from, someone you've just met, and not believe the person you've been with your whole life? All your life, I mean. You understand? There are so many things that we force people to believe. You understand? Because we want to make them pay. You understand? And people get into such traps. And honestly, losing good relationships with their loved ones because of us. I don't think it's okay. And this is something I just felt, I woke up feeling like this is something I want to talk about. This is something I want to discuss. That don't believe everything you hear. Sometimes look at the situation. Be the first one to analyze the situation. Be the first one to, don't be so scared of, discovering that you yourself are in the wrong. You understand? Be honest with yourself. You get me? You find people that will go to fake sangomas and be victims of rape. And you can't get out of that ndumba and go press charges because you went there, you went in there by yourself. You understand? A sangoma will realize, okay, she is gullible and vulnerable right now, and I will advise her, you know what, if you want to keep your man, I have muti that you must put on his on his private part. You understand? So that he remains in love with you, knowing very well, of course, you will never be able to do that. How do you apply muti on someone, without the, you get me? So the only other person that can be able to do this is him, the healer. You understand? I've heard of so many people that have been raped and, realizing only after that, actually, I was played. Imagine how many people, that person, how many other people he sleeps with. You understand? And now you go into that situation, you understand, and find yourself in a situation where you are now having sex, because that's having sex. It's not even healing. You understand? It's sexual intercourse. You understand? And all I'm trying to say is, let us not put ourselves in situations where we show our vulnerability and our gullibility. Oh, is there even such a term? But anyway, where we are gullible, you understand, such that people take advantage of us. This is all I had to say to you today. Let us get used to, finding solutions to our past hurts. Let us heal let us heal our souls. You understand? Let us work on the mind. You understand? If you have to go to counseling, please do. You understand? Sometimes you don't need a sangoma. Sometimes you need a psychologist. Sometimes you need a psychiatrist. And sometimes you need yourself. That's all for today. Yeah, really, that's all I have for now. I'm sure I'm going to come back with yet another topic, but this one I felt like needed your urgent attention. Thank you for tuning in once again. Please continue to like my videos. Keep sharing them. Those who have not subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button and the notifications button so that you know every time I've posted. Otherwise, for now, cheerio, bye.